after a few singles and EP
Yes.
in 2012, so that you brought out your first album.
Yes. Give Back to You. This is a record that we put out last year.
Why?
This year, excuse me. It came out 2 months ago.
Why took it so long? So long?
We didn't, we wanted to put out small bits of music until there was enough interest where we felt like a record would be cared about enough, you know, to be, for where people would buy it and listen to all 10 songs instead of listening to 2 and then, you know, it's like, so we put out records with 5 songs on them for a little while, and the people who really liked those 5 songs, and they'd be like, well, we want more, and then we put out another one. So we did small chunks of music, and then when the record label, our record label, got interested in us, we decided to withhold, you know, until we had completed the signing of the contract to put out our first full length. And we felt with the support of the label, which we really are excited about being on, Concord Music Group, fantastic group of people over there, very supportive, very creatively free. We have been allowed to be what we are and put out what we want. So having all that, that's why it was time. It was finally time.
Like tonight, almost original songs?
All original, except for we did the encore. Freddie Cannon, Tallahassee Lassie, which the first time I ever heard Tallahassee Lassie was a cover. You remember a band from the '60s called the Flamin' Groovies from San Francisco? You should check them out. But the Stones did a cover of it. You know, everybody covered it back in the day.
Who's the composer? Who writes the song?
All of us write together.
We together, or just one of you?
All the time. I mean, as it goes, you know, in some songs, one guy will have more ideas than another, but we see ourselves as an actual complete group. 3 guys, equally split everything. And everybody puts in equal amount of work. So there's no other 2 guys that I could play with and write songs like this, and there's no other 2 guys that either of the other guys could play with and write songs like this. So we write them together, and we consider ourselves a band, you know. So we divide the credit equally.
About the style, I hear more than one style. Mm-hmm. I hear rock and roll, I hear swam blues, R&B. Mm-hmm. Is that the right approach, or did I miss something?
No, I think you're right. No, we let our influences shine out, but we also are trying to do it our own way. In this genre, there's obviously always going to be heavy influence because we're talking about a genre that's 60 years old now, you know. So, but we try to find a new way to do it. Not a new way, but our own unique spin, if we can. So
I found one thing on your own website about the CD. Mm-hmm. A fuzzy sepia-toned fusion of rock and roll and R&B.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
You recognize the words, or?
I don't. I tend not to.
I don't know, but for me there was one problem: the sepia-tuned fusion.
Yeah, sepia. I don't know what that is. Yeah, sepia toned.
Who has found out that?
Did they invent? I've been speaking English my whole life. That might be a new word for me.
That's on your website.
I'll have to go take a look.
But about the CD, about record company, Give It Back to You. Mm-hmm. What's behind the title? What want you to give back? Is it?
I think it's just more of a reflection of that in music you tend to, if a crowd is receptive, the energy changes, and it's circular, and it's dare I say spiritual, and I think somewhere under that title, that's what we're trying to say. It's not just it's not us giving it. It's giving. It's a circular giving.
Like I said, 10 tracks on the album, all original.
10 all original, yes.
Why,
and then if
why not a cover? Why not?
Why not a cover? We wanted to put out a first.
That's just.
Why not a cover?
Yeah. You just played tonight the last one.
Yeah.
A cover.
I would rather.
I don't ask for a cover, but.
No, I understand.
Just
I understand. Yeah.
Why not a cover?
Why not a cover? I'd rather.
You have no.
I'd rather.
Idols or no.
No, I do.
People that you say, oh, that's my man.
Yeah, I do. But for our purposes.
Because I do think that it's not very easy to bring a good cover.
No, it is very hard to play a good cover. I agree, and I also think that it's. I like the idea of if you get to the end of the set and people have enjoyed it, especially when they don't know you at the beginning.
You've done a big job.
So that's like if you can get people to enjoy your music and they haven't heard it before, I'd rather take that risk in this band. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it for everybody, but that's the way we do it. Because at the end of the night, when we got our encore and we played the Freddie Cannon cover, which isn't exactly a radio smash, but it's a great song.
Because the crowd is in the mood. And
yeah, then we play a cover, but it was a cover that's kind of off the beaten path. We're trying to just, if people walk away from our show and don't like it, that's fine. At least they can go, well, they played all their own music. I didn't like it, but you can't take that away from the band then. It's like you played your own music, So it's like, but if they like it, then you go, oh, awesome. We sat and we wrote these songs and here are all these new people who enjoyed our music and we didn't have a cover in there. So, does it make sense?
Today